Finite automata for even number of zeros and even number of ones. DFA, where we have alphabet 0, 1. So we start with initial state Q0 and we make transition from Q0 to Q1 0, Q1 to Q2 1, Q2 to Q3 0 and Q3 to Q0 1. So in that way we will get even number of zeros and even number of ones, and we make Q0 as a final state. So Q0 is initial state and final state both. As we all know, we can make single transition for every alphabet from one state to another state in DFA. So here we can see from Q0 we make only transition for 0, but we didn't make transition up till 1. So from Q0 to Q3 we make another transition for 1. So from Q0 we have both the transition for 1 for 0 and 1 for 1. And in the same way we have transition from Q3 to Q0 1, but we don't have transition for 0. So we make Q3 to Q2 transition for 0. In the same way we have transition from we can make transition from Q2 to Q1 1 and from Q1 to Q0 0. So in that way for each state we have transition for 0 or 1, and we can move from here also. So we will get even number of zeros and even number of 1, and we can move from here also. So we will get even number of zeros and even number of ones. And in both case Q0 will be initial state and final state. So we will get our DFA by this. Next, move to the finite automata for even number of zeros and odd number of ones. So we start with initial state Q0 and we will move from Q0 to Q1 with 0. Here we need even number of zeros but odd number of ones. And from Q1 to Q2 we take transition of 1, and from Q2 to Q3 we make transition for 0. So here we can see we have even number of zeros and odd number of ones. So we will make Q3 as a final state. We will make Q3 as a final state where we will get even number of zeros and odd number of ones. So we can see we have transition from Q0. Alphabet is same here. So if we make a transition, suppose like this, another transition from Q0 to Q1 0. First we make Q0 to Q1 0. Here we are making Q1 to Q0. In the same way we make transition from in opposite direction from Q2 to Q1. Initially we have Q1 to Q2. Now we are making Q2 to Q1. Initially we have Q2 to Q3. Now we are making Q3 to Q2 0. And suppose if we make transition from Q3 to Q1 1 and Q1 to Q3 1 also, then what we will get? Let's check. We will get odd number of ones and even number of zeros in this way also, and in this way also we will get 1 0 1 1 2 0. So even number of zeros and odd number of ones. And if we move in this way, then we will also get the same thing, odd number of ones and even number of zeros, because we need to stop at Q3 because Q3 is final state. So in all way this machine or this DFA will give us even number of zeros and odd number of ones, and for each and every state we will have single transition for alphabet 0 and 1. So this is the final DFA for even number of zeros and odd number of ones.